What's up to Lion Talk Live? We love you too, buddy.
What's going on, guys? It is Aiden Hutchinson.
What's up, man? It's your boy Amon-Ra St. Brown.
What's up, everybody? It's Calvin Johnson Jr. here, a.k.a. Megatron, a.k.a. First Ballot.
What's going on, Coach Dan at Lions Talk Live and the Duke Crew. This is Ball Hawk Ifeatu Melifonwu of the Detroit Lions. Everybody make sure you help support the YouTube channel Lions Talk Live by clicking that like and subscribe button. Let's get it and go Detroit.
Greetings and salutations to everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Dan Skipper, offensive weapon for the Detroit Lions. Make sure you all help support Lions Talk Live and Coach Dan by clicking on that like and subscribe button. Everybody, woo!
I love nothing more than watching Lions Talk Live every morning. Woo!
Well, greetings and salutations to everybody out there in YouTube land. I'm your host once again, Dan Thornton, and I want to thank you all for joining us here today. Lions Talk Live, just before 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We've got something coming out of ESPN that I want to say I can't take any kind of credit for. This is coming from ESPN, a gentleman whose name I do not know in association with ESPN. ESPN's Ben Sholok is proposing that there is a possible trade between the Detroit Lions merging. It's not going to happen yet. He's saying that the Lions would make a deal for one of the Jacksonville Jaguars players. We've been speculating on it on the today's morning show and then talking about it also in the past sort of week, sort of like everybody in the print media, journalism media, YouTube media, whatever kind of media you want, that the Lions might be on the market this year to try to acquire somebody. So, and I apologize if I'm mispronouncing his name, Ben Solak is proposing that, hey, you can't make this stuff up. Trayvon Walker could be a potential trade target of the Detroit Lions. With the injury to Marcus Davenport, we all get it. Marcus Davenport fills the build for what MCDC and both Aaron Glenn want to do with their defensive line. They want big body guys that can collapse the pocket and stop the run first. Man, if they can do that, then also get to the quarterback. We get it. The Lions are going to have Aiden Hutchinson and Trayvon Walker always linked together. There's no way around it because, hey, one went 1, the other guy went 2. Walker, incredibly athletic guy. We all get it. Just for whatever reasons, he just hasn't been Aiden Hutchinson level of production during his time in the NFL. But that doesn't mean he doesn't have his strengths, his weaknesses, etc. Throughout his career, we all get it. 2024 regular season, he's tied for 5th in the NFL with 5 sacks, 8 solos, 1 forced fumble. He's got some size. He is 272 pounds. He is 6'5". Now, what would you have to do to get him? I think that's the big question, and we all get it. The Jacksonville Jaguars have not had a great start to their season. They did thankfully get off the schneid this particular week, and where they're going to go from here, I don't know. Is this a possibility? Well, like we've been talking about with a number of different teams throughout the NFL, whether it be the Arizona Cardinals or whoever else, that yes, there are going to be teams in the next few weeks that are looking to unload players. They're going to be looking to unload salaries because, you know what, the season hasn't gone the way they wanted. Could the Jacksonville Jaguars be in that list? I'm going to be honest with you guys, I hadn't even remotely considered this one as a possibility. But to be honest, the more I start looking at it and looking at some of the stats with it, I think it makes a lot of sense because, again, he can stop the run first. He gives you some athleticism on the other side. And, yes, he can get to the quarterback. Are the Jags going to be willing to give up from him? Man, I guess that's the million-dollar question, right? What do you do with him? Because he is on the same rookie contract that Aiden Hutchinson's on, so you've got a little bit of time before you really got to pay him. But he's going to have to get paid if you're going to keep him. It would give the Lions a lot of depth as far as, you know, younger talent to kind of fit the mold, what they're trying to do with them. So I get all that stuff. I get why you would make this move if you're the Detroit Lions, and I'm not here to say that they are going to make it or that they're not going to make it. I'm just reporting what this person at ESPN is saying is at least in conversations between all parties. I think it makes a lot of sense. What do you guys have to say? Because at the end of the day, I mean, I can only come out here and say, yes, it's on ESPN. You can check it out. You can check out the story. I can give credit to the author of the story. And let's see, he is speculating that a trade for the number 1 overall pick The deal sends Walker to Motown in exchange for, I think this is hogwash myself. But hey, let's see what you guys have to say. He has in his story that he believes that the deal would happen for a 2025 fourth round pick and a 2026 fourth round pick. I'm not gonna lie, if you can get him here in Detroit for 2 fourth round picks, and maybe I can talk you into and this is just me, that's not in the story, and that maybe you can give me back like a 6th round pick in each of those years, I'm probably pulling the trigger because I think he's got the athleticism Aaron Glenn would love, Detroit Lions would love. He's got the size clearly at 270 plus pounds. He's got some explosion. He's got some stuff, and I get the Jaguars started him off as a linebacker. Then they since moved him to defensive end, but when he came in his rookie year, they had him as a linebacker. And to be fair, I don't think he had a bad rookie year. He just didn't have Aiden Hutchinson year. And the same with last year. So what do you guys think about it? Let me know in the comment section. I got to get what you guys are thinking on this because the more I sit here and think at and look at it, I go, this guy, hey, if Brad Holmes is cooking this, I think it's a genius move. And what else do you really expect out of Brad Holmes than some next level thinking, some outside the box thinking? Everybody and their mother is talking about the Lions trying to go for Hassan Reddick, trying to go for Max Crosby and Trey Hendrickson. But I haven't heard anybody mention this one. And I really do think this is a brilliant move if Brad Holmes can make this happen, especially at the idea of just a couple 4th round picks. So let's see what you guys have to say. I've babbled enough about this one. Let's get to the Duke Crew and see what you guys have to say on this. Joseph, good afternoon, Coach. Good afternoon to you, Joseph. How you doing? I always catch you afternoon shows. You always catch them. Hey, I know the morning shows, they ain't for everybody. Giovanni, woo! And, good woo to you too. And woo to you too, Joseph. Woo! There you go. Hatman, good afternoon. Dan the Man, good afternoon to you, Hatman. I thought you'd be out hunting or something, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I got the times mixed up. Christian, what do you got? Tell me it's for Josh Allen. It is not. It's for Trayvon Walker. So, again, this is coming from ESPN. They are not saying, and I want to reiterate this so nobody comes at me in the comment section, they are saying the teams are chatting about a possible trade. There's nothing that's actually happened yet. But this trade, while nobody else has reported it, nobody else is on it, I'm going to give this kid, Ben, whatever his name is, Ben Skolek over at ESPN, I'm going to give him a lot of credit because the more I sit here and stare at this and talk to you guys, I go, this makes a ton of flipping sense for both teams. The Jaguars seem like they are, they're toilet bowl or bust. The Lions are Super Bowl or bust. He is a young, big-body dude who can motor, get after people, and I think he can probably set that edge. I think it would be an awesome move for the Detroit Lions. Again, let's see what you guys have to say. Bo, let's see. Duke Crew, woo! And back at you. Dennis, hey, Dan and Duke Crew, back at you, my friend, as always. Daddy Gamer, what's going on? Exclamation point. Greetings and salutations from Central California. Go Lions. Well, hopefully you have an outstanding day there, man, and probably great weather, too. So you probably already caught it on the show looking at the time. You've been in here for a minute, so I won't bother you by repeating it all. Mike the Marine Gunny, howdy, Dan, and breaking news. Woo! Yes, and again, I'm not saying I've got this information. It's nobody. I've got sources to have passed it on, but it is from ESPN. So there you go. The Sporting News is also reporting this conversation between the Jaguars and Lions. So you do have multiple reports in the last bit of time on this particular story. Could it be something? Man, oh man, I'm going to say this. I think it would be just a stellar move. And the cost, you're not breaking the bank by making this move happen. If what the reporting is anywhere near accurate, a couple of 4th round picks, man, I'd probably throw in a case of Mountain Dew just to kind of sweeten the deal for the Jags. Eminem, JMO gets too deep down the field, touchdowns against Cowboys. I like the way you're thinking. I think with a play action pass that we should be able to run a lot against Cowboys. Eminem, I think you're pretty spot on with that, man. I'm not a bettor or anything like that, but I think you've got some real good thoughts there. You might want to go after that. Michael D, what's up, Coach? Question marks. Woo! And good woo to you too, Michael. Daddy, Josh Allen, at least that's not a part of the report. If they go after Josh Allen, yeah, I'm guessing everybody in Detroit's going to be celebrating. I believe Walker was the second choice if Hutch wasn't there. Probably. If you're the Lions, yeah, if Jacksonville would have went with Hutch first, yeah, you're probably spot on. The Lions might have went him with number 2. Good afternoon, all. Back at you. Eminem, 50 yards or more. Man, I would not be surprised. And I'd say, yeah, you're probably spot on with that, Eminem. And again, thanks for all you do for the channel. See, Joseph C., it's the Duke Crew. exclamation points. The best show on YouTube, 100%. Hey, thanks for that, man. I just do what I can do. Hopefully you guys all like it and go from there. Trump's a genius. Woo! There you go. Let's see, Dennis, Devin White got cut. I saw that earlier today. Man, and I'm surprised because he hasn't even played a game this year. Maybe he's injured or something, or maybe just doesn't fit in their schemes. I wonder if the Lions will kick the tires on him because I want to say he's only like 25 or 27. He's not incredibly old by any stretch, but again, I don't know his injury history or something like that. Joe C, oh my gosh, and he's probably injured, right? He might be. Nine Drinks, what up, though, Duke Crew? What up to you, too, Nine Drinks? Hopefully, this good to see you as always, my friend, the living legend, Nine Drinks. Joseph C, Lord, I would just like to get a player that's not injured, and that would make it through a year. Well, we'll see what happens, man. Bo, what a concept, question mark, Trayvon Walker, exclamation point. Oh, man, I didn't know what to think. I don't know what to think either. I think it's just really great thinking that nobody else has caught on. And I'm giving this guy, I don't know if he's, 5,000 years old or 200 years old or 20 years old. But ESPN's Ben Solak, and again, this is being reported by ESPN and the Sporting News, that there is some sort of level of communications between the two teams. So whether or not something happens, I'm not here to say that one way or the other. I'm just here to say it's on both sites. It's out there. And if it's on those two sites, I'm sure it's on other sites that I did not get time to check out. Trump's, prayers for the flood victims. Yeah, and man, I get this thing's going to hit about this time tomorrow. Thoughts and prayers to everybody who's about to be affected by it down in Florida. Yeah, I can't say enough, and I just hope everybody's safe. Thoughts and prayers to everybody that's about ready to be affected by that or who is already affected by it. Trump's FEMA, okay, we'll go with that. Joe Seaton, I would pass on him. We'll see if they do. See, JDC, hi all. Joseph, what up, JDC? Scott, thanks for the update. Dan, anytime, my friend, anytime. Hopefully you're having a great day. Eminem, good fit. Big body, man, and the dude can motor. He can get after people. So on the edge, man, I know Bo always talks about rotation. Seeing him out there with Broderick Martin, Lee McNeil, DJ Reader, Aiden Hutchinson, among others. Mekhi Wingo, maybe James Houston gets back to form. You start having a wee bit of a defensive front, I'd say, for the next few years. JDC, Joseph C, AM killing time. Yeah, killing time. There you go. Joseph C, imagine that would sound like, if you would cause problems, no one went number one, and then Hutchinson ends up getting more sacks than him every game, he probably would be feeling. Yeah, and I'm glad for the Detroit Lions we got Aiden Hutchinson, but yes, if the Jags would have taken Hutchinson, we probably would have got Walker, or who knows where else we could have gone. You'll see, even more salty, I'll go with that. Scott, I would love it. Me too, man. And again, I haven't done a film study or anything on them in years since before the draft, but I can say they went from a standing linebacker in a 3-4 alignment to now a defensive end in a 4-3 alignment. So he's got some flexibility and some athleticism plus some size. See, Curtis, I'll take him for 2/4. Yeah, me too, man. And cut him in 2 years. Maybe that's what they do. Maybe they just walk on from him after that time and don't re-up his contract. But you have him this year and next year. I guess you could always, I wouldn't slap a franchise tag on, but anyways, worry about that in time if it happens. All right, Walt, go for it, Brad. I think it works. I do too, man. And 2/4, yeah, I'd be okay with it. Hey, man, I would take that deal. Me as well. I think most of us would. Dennis, I'd do it. Me too. Christian, what do you got? For that deal, sure. Is it actually realistic? Question mark. I don't think so. I guess that's $1 million question, Christian, because the Jaguars, let's face it, they need to win some games. And if they don't win the next couple of weeks, they're probably in sell mode. And they won't be the only team in the league. There'll be a lot of teams trying to dump salary. I guess if I'm the Jags, it comes down to, do you think he's worthy of the second contract? And if not, you're probably moving on from him, right? Silver Server, good evening, coach, and everyone else. Back at you, Server. Let's see, Scott, imagine your pass rush then. Wow, yeah, and your ability to stop the run, because that's where I think the Lions coaching staff wants first and foremost with this defensive line. You've got to stop the run and then get to the quarterback. With DJ Reader and Lee McNeil, plus, a plethora of other people in the DTI spots, the interior defensive line, now you got Hutch, and if you get Tavion Walker out there, man, you could really collapse some pockets and get after some mobile quarterbacks, which I'm guessing all Lions fans are tired of seeing. Sanders, 2 4th-round picks. This guy is trolling. Maybe, man. But I would say if you look at a lot of the speculation for like Devontae Adams, a lot of the speculations for the trades for him, I get he's a little bit older. They're not like first or second round picks. They're like you're hearing more and more talk about fourth, fifth round picks. I have no idea if two second round picks would get it done. But it's possible for a defensive end that maybe there's just not that big a market for him. I don't know, man, because I want to reiterate this. I haven't watched film on the guy since his scouting combine, so I can't have a say one way or the other. I'm going to have to rely on other people with more information on it. Otherwise, I'd be BS in my way. All right, Joseph C. JDC sounds like a good deal. Clint Black country song. There you go. Man, he may just need good coaching from the Lions. It could be maybe a new situation. And sometimes that happens with players. They just need to try something new, and then things seem to click with them. I mean, look at the Lions with Khalif Raymond. I mean, how many teams passed on him before he found a home here? And you could say that with a lot of different guys, but you guys get the gist. All right, JDC, send it up the flagpole, see what salutes it. There you go. Guys are great. I take that deal real quick. Me too, great. I think we think alike on that one. Let's see, Pierce, wait, who we getting? It's being reported, Pierce, that Tavion Walker, who was the number one pick just before Aiden Hutchinson, is on the trade block, and that apparently the Lions and Jags have had at least some level of communications. This is being reported from the two sites I saw, which was ESPN and the Sporting News. It's a reporter I don't know, never heard of before, whether ESPN or otherwise, Ben Solak, so you guys can check it out, but I'm guessing if it was on those two sites and I found those so quick that they're probably on some other sites as well. Silver Server, I am all for this move. This guy is a specimen. He is, man. He is an athletic freak. Let's see, 313, what do you got? What's the news, if any, on Shaq Lawson? I know he's coming in this week. The Lions are putting him through a workout. I want to say the Bears put him through one a couple of days ago. So we're into the first month of the season, first 5 weeks of the season's over. You got injuries, you got guys going on an IR. Some teams are starting to kick the tires, trying to figure out who to add to the practice squad or to the 53-man roster. My assumption is with Shaq, because he's got size, he's got athleticism, he's got a history in the league, you're probably going to see him sign with somebody, whether it's Detroit or the Bears or whoever. Miguel, take that deal and help out Hutch. I like the way you're thinking. Yes, and I would too, man, especially at that price. Ryan, something smells fishy. Well, he is coming from Jacksonville, home of all the fishing ports, so I see where you're going there. At least that's where I think you're going with that. See, Joseph C., evidently he didn't amount to much because the Jaguars aren't worth much. Laughing out loud, and you don't ever hear about him doing anything big, so I don't know. I just don't know. I would go after somebody better. I get it, man, but Brad Holmes, we all get it, man. He loves signing injured players. He likes looking for value. 2 fourth-round picks, if that holds water, and it's actually what it would take to get them, man, if you feel like you're the Lions coaching staff, you're Ben Johnson, you're Williams, the defensive line coach, you feel like you can get something out of them, man, it's a tempting offer, especially, like I said, if I'm the GM, I say, all right, I give you 2 fourths, but you're giving me your 6th or 7th or whatever for those respective years. So I still have the same amount of draft picks, just obviously different rounds. I'd say Mike the Marine Gunny, this trade proposal sounds like a Homer Wish deal. I don't mind the player, but what would it really cost us? I guess, that's the one thing. I don't have a line on him, so I can't tell you. I get why we would all say, hey, Max Crosby is going to cost like a 1st, a 2nd, a 3rd, and whatever, and whatever. I get that. But for a guy who's mid-level, upper mid-level, and with near the end of his rookie deal, that's why I think maybe the deal would be a little bit less, because you get, if you're trading for him, you're basically doing a 1.5 rental on the guy. Maybe you resign him, maybe you don't. It's a flip of the coin. I don't know. I guess that's where my mind would go with it. Silver Server, Walker, I knew where you meant with that. JDC, 1 Duke crew, yell on 3. 1, 2, 3. Woo! And back at you, my friend. Josie, we deserve somebody better, especially if he's going to go after somebody that's not injured. I hope he would go for somebody out of the park. I know a lot of guys in the morning show, Joseph, were talking about Trey Hendrickson from the Bengals, and I get why, man. He would be a massive upgrade for the team. Totally get it. Max Crosby seems like, in my opinion, an unrealistic target. I just don't see him ever leaving the Raiders, and I don't see Brad Holmes giving up that amount of capital in order to acquire him. But stranger things have happened in my lifetime. Walt Marks, hit the like button for Dan of the Duke Crew. Yes, if you guys can. If you haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing so. Hit the thumbs up button, all that stuff. You guys get it. It helps the channel out a ton. Michael D, man, if Brad Holmes can pull this off, I'm all in! Exclamation points. Oh, yeah. I'll go with that. T-Lokes, I 100% support any deal being for a player that is still on the rookie contract. Yeah, me too, man. If this happens, I like it. I like it a lot. See, Hatman, no, Dan took a break. We'll start hunting again tomorrow morning. So do whisper woos in the morning. There you go. I'll try to keep him down. Marcus, looks like the scoreboard now, Grasshopper. Oh, woo! Go Tigers, go Lions. Look at the score. All right, I'm down with that. Yes, I will look at the scoreboard. Richard, as long as they don't give him too much, yeah, I think they're gonna. We all get it. Brand Holmes, he likes finding value, so I don't think he's gonna overpay anyone. See, Southwest Line, Tavion Walker, question mark. Interesting. That would be Lions. What would the Lions have to give up? They're speculating 2 4th-round picks. You know, if that's true, man, I'd probably be on it. Duran, greetings and salutations. I like it and good to see you, my friend, as always. See, Southwest, on the surface, looks like that would be a very good deal for Detroit. On the surface, I would, but I would agree with that. I would just say I haven't watched the guy since he was entering the draft, so I don't have a personal take on it. Shake and make, what up, Dan and One Pride fam? Question mark, I like it because it's not going to break the bank, and he's young and still building through the youth movement. One Pride, go Lions. And that I'm totally agree with you, Shake and Make. I like the fact he's on a rookie deal. He's young. He's athletic. He's big. He probably would love a chance to really go and win. Probably fire him up a wee bit. See, Ryan, yeah, I saw that he was fired today. Yes, yeah, it's unfortunate, and I'm not going to say anything on it. Just, hey, I guess I'll say this. Aaron Rodgers is probably the best GM for the Jets right now, and maybe he's even the coach. Let's see, Pierce Walker, I question his motor. We'll see. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If he comes here, maybe they can galvanize that motor a bit. Pierce, not a kneecap guy. That's, hey, if you're going to make the trade, you're going to have to be convinced he's going to fit your mantra. Otherwise, you're not going for him. Gary, what do you got? Greetings, salutations, Dan and Duke Crew. Sounds like a Dan Campbell type of player. Does he need a ride to Ford Field? Maybe, man. Maybe indeed. Scott, haha, nope, no way, no how. Ain't going to happen. Let's see what shakes. Sorry to clear my throat. Let's see. Henry, good evening. All prayers for North Carolina and Florida. Have a blessed evening, everyone. Yes, 100%. I agree with you. Prayers for everybody who's about to be affected and who's already been affected. See, Maria, I just seen something. Trade Raymond and a 4th round for Walker. Maybe. I don't know anything about Cleve Raymond being a part of the trade. I just know 2 4th rounders are what they're talking about. Rick, not happening. We'll see. Let's see. Joseph, Aiden Hutchinson was the real number 1 of that draft, though, right, Coach? He was, man. I mean, he seems to be. You guys have heard me if you watch the show for a while. I think he's the second coming of Bruce Smith. He's confirmed that every time I watch him get on the field. I think he's got some real possibility to keep getting better, especially if you get somebody who's got some real power and ability at the opposite defensive end of him to force quarterbacks into Aiden Hutchinson from time to time. Scott, I think the Jags know they are in sell mode, and this would make our D line scary. It would be, man. And I would not mess around. If you can make this happen, I'd be doing it real soon here. Pierce, in that draft, if Hutch went 1, I think we were going to have to take Sauce Gardner. Man, if we got Sauce, it would have been nice. I'm happy with Hutch, but you know what? You probably would have been happy with either one of them, I'm guessing. Joseph, thank you so much, Coach, for keeping up with this stuff and keeping us up to date on everything, as well as you do your number 1. Yeah, 100%, man. Glad to help out. I love this stuff to death. You guys get it. I'll probably be doing this until, the day I'm no longer here. You get what I mean when I say that. All right, Dave, what do you got? I heard Chris Long mention Tavion Walker had like 10 sacks in his last 9 games, so he seems to be playing well. Yeah, and his stats this year, to be fair, he's got 5 sacks this year, and he's got 1 tackle for loss. So good for him, man. He does seem like he's turning a corner. Ryan, Jets maybe a place to shop. It might be. I think they're trying to still win this season. But if they do want to move on from some guys, maybe the Lions could come calling. Dave, Tavion Walker, question mark. Oh, yeah. That's getting added to my Dan the Manisms. I'll go with that. Let's see, Southwest. Woo! Go Lions. Sanders, thanks for all the great work, Coach. Anytime. Corey, we got to get somebody to help up here. Yes, in here. I agree with that. All right, guys. Woo, the comment section is moving. I'll do a couple more, then I got to get out of here. Mr. Get Up, what do you got? Signed White for some linebacker help, especially since we have his former teammate, Carlton Davis, and trade the 2 4s for Walker. It might be. I do wonder if some teams will go after White now that he's been released. I was surprised by that, but there must be something to it, but I don't follow the Philadelphia Eagles enough to have any kind of inside information. Corey, not all the time. Fair enough. Lions fan, classic Brad, finding diamonds in the rough. I agree with that. Miguel, in the words of Maverick, don't think, just do. Woo! Go Lions. Thank you. Sorry, I got tongue-tied twisted there. See, Sanders likes, guys. I'm on YouTube and only see 66 likes. Yeah, if you guys can, hit the thumbs up button, the like button, and the subscribe button. 313, breaking news, Panthers signing Shaw Lawson. Ah, dang it, man. That's too bad, but it's going to happen. You can't get everybody right. See, JADC, happy trails, go Lions victory. There we go. Lions fan, deal, need a better coach and team. Run it. I'm down with it. Joseph, whatever you think, coach, is what I will go with. All right. Zap, what do you got? Zoom, don't be getting my hopes up, I've been praying for the Lions to make a trade. Let's see if they happen. Let's see, Corey, I got to stop this with is what it is cost. It's not our money. If it's someone's that can help us get to the Super Bowl, why not? Yeah, at the end of the day, if you can get us there, why not get us there? Actually, it seems to me that Brad just needs someone that can really motivate him, and MCDC can get the most out of people that love the game. 100%. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. It went a little longer than I anticipated, but hey, hopefully you guys all having a great day. Hopefully you enjoy the channel. If you can, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button. If there is some sort of breaking news later today still, I'll get it over to you as quick as possible. Otherwise, I'll see you all on the next Lions Talk Live. Take care, everybody.
Happy trails to you until